Let me begin this prayerful reflection for chickens with this poem by Mary Oliver, The Hen House. I have sharpened my knives. I have put on the heavy apron. Maybe you think life is like chicken soup served in blue willow powdered bowls. I have put on my boots, opened the kitchen door and stepped out into the sunshine. I have crossed the lawn. I have entered the hen house. I have entered many hen houses as a veterinarian, as a researcher, and I can tell you that I have witnessed massive amounts of suffering for this species and for the human as well. I know this most intimately because some of this pain has come through my own hands. I don't know anyone who could not walk through one of these houses without feeling some gut-wrenching pain or empathy and disease for the conditions of these birds. We ask as a species, surely over 70 billion chickens globally each year do not need to live this way. Maybe you are like Mary Oliver and myself and others, and you know that we are in this web of benefit and harm. We harm to survive. But perhaps, like me and others, you suspect that we do not need to institutionalize degradation of these kinds of animals and many others in factory farming. So which is it? We harm to survive. Does that mean that factory farming is wrong or good? Well, let me offer up some other ideas of how you might think of this. It comes from the philosopher Kwame Anthony Appiah. He said there are 3 criteria for when a society is on the verge for condemning something as immoral, such as in this case factory farming. Here's the first criteria. That we know this argument has been around a long time. It doesn't go away. It's brewing in the collective consciousness of a society. That's true of how we treat animals and factory farming. The second criteria is that there isn't really a good argument against it. The argument that's used is not a moral argument or a good, an ultimate good. It's that we apply to tradition or the way it's always been done or the greater good for some and not for others. That's the way we talk about how we treat animals in factory farming. And finally, the third criteria is this, that we don't want to know about it. We avert it. We live in denial. And those that are benefiting from it use strategies to hide it and to show that there isn't any complicit guilt here for our society. Have you noticed how hen houses are hard to find? They're back off of the road. They're hidden from view. We don't know their addresses. We don't know where slaughterhouses are held and where their demise happens. We don't know where birds are being transported and under what conditions. The trucks, as they go to slaughter, are hidden too. But not always. A couple of months ago, I was on the tailwinds of Superstorm Sandy, going through the south when a truck full of chickens on the way to slaughter passed me. The truck was open. It was a cold and windy day, and the birds were hunkered down, feathers flying everywhere. Something moved in me, and I followed the truck. And as I went, I said a prayer. Dear Spirit of life, we humans are beautiful, we are wondrous. And we are united to other life, which is also the same. We are interdependent and interconnected with them in beauty and worth and suffering. May my kind know this, so that we can be held in a web of reverence, be nourished, so that we can offer compassionate care to others. May this compassionate care come for those chickens in this truck today. And if not for them, soon, love soon for the least of these. Now, I'm not sharing with you this story or my thoughts to bring you despair, although I'm guessing you have it, and you could share it with me as I have shared you mine. But really what I'm hoping to do is to invite you, nor really actually to implore you to join me with others to give a good life to these beings, to stop factory farming. Because through my experience as a veterinarian, my experience as a researcher, as a minister, and through my heart, and through understanding such as what the philosopher Appiah brings to us, I know that factory farming is wrong. That doesn't mean that you're wrong or that humans are wrong. We evolved. We're in a predator-prey relationship, a balance of harm and benefit. The beauty is, though, that knowing the worth of these beings, we can make another choice. We can choose to not consume mindlessly without judging the harm and the benefit. And you know why we might do this? Yes, it's hard work, but we don't do it just for them. We do it for us. Because by knowing we are interconnected with them in this beauty and through a glorious life, we find ways to nourish all of ourselves, different ways to nourish not just our bodies, but our minds, our hearts, and our souls. I wish this for you, for me, for everybody. And I pray for this healing so that you might find a way to love yourselves and to love your neighbors of all kinds and care for them accordingly. This is no easy task. It's not easy to do. And I pray that you will choose love over fear. For as the Sufi poet Hafiz says, fear is the cheapest room in the house. I wish for you better living conditions. And the chickens too. May it be so. Amen. Shalom and blessed be.